Hello everyone, it's me. I'm here to share my next big fat journal with you. This one is huge. I used the upholstery fabric again and this lace that I found at a secondhand store and some lace that was gifted to me. I sewed around the edges and put these big corners, book corners on from Butterbee Scraps. And the eyelet closure with sari silk for the closure. And on the front, I used this, it's a photo from 1950s out of a magazine that I got. And I put some Tim Holtz people on there and I sewed around it. Put some cheesecloth behind it and some buttons, some vintage buttons. And yeah, let's open it up. On the inside, I used a lot of the images and ads out of the old magazine that I got, and I just backed them with cardstock. And this is Tim Holtz, and this is out of a plant book that I got at the secondhand store. I thought it was super cool. A lot of Tim Holtz paper and a lot of sewing and strings in this one. Cardstock is from Tim Holtz, and I also put a lot of little danglies on this one. And some vintage, all vintage trim. Over here I did a Patricia pocket. Oh, I glued that down. Duh, I'm silly. And I also put the trim on, or the fuzzies on the top. Another vintage journaling card. And this is just made out of file folder that I made myself. And I made this out of packaging, out of some snippets. And this comes out, there's a little pocket. And I backed it with coffee dyed paper and did some rub-ons. Some more vintage plant out of a book that I got. I can't speak. I don't know what my problem is. But I got this book from the secondhand store, and I just love the images and stuff in here. I thought it was super cool. And I also used some pages out of this book, the science book that I got, was gifted to me by my friend Michelle. I used some of those in there. Everything's coffee dyed, tons of papers in here. These are some documents I got off of Etsy, and that's the original document. Some snippets of paper that I had laying around. And I just made some big paper clips off these paper clips I got at Marshall's. I just did some fabric banners. Sewed them on with some vintage fabric and things. Sorry about the way I have to do this because my hand is still not right. So it's hard for me to do this. I might just, that'll be the only one I take off just because my hand is messed up. But this is Tim Holtz, and I just backed it with tracing paper so you can write on it. And it's a pocket. Some old map. Or no, it's not too old, but I coffee dyed it. It's not that old. I don't think. Atlas paper. How's that? A bag. Again, I sewed around this one. And this one, I did a lot of sewing. Backed it with coffee dyed paper. A lot of Tim Holtz in this book. One of the pages out of my science book, or the plant book. The science book. And another little pin I added to it. Another vintage ad. And this big old tag I did. Stamped on. Ledger paper. Oops. I was going to put that in there and I forgot. Obviously. And this was just some packaging, and I just cut it out of the back of the packaging from these little Tim Holtz cards that I got. And some more vintage ad and a bridge card. I'm just going to fold that and put it in. So I will do that. And I put a little Tim Holtz pin right there. Even though it didn't need it, I still put it there. And then I put this playing card in there that Trina gave me. I thought those were super cute. We found out a garage sale. Music paper, a little fabric tip-in that I did, and put some just random snippets on there. And this one Vonnie gave me. Some more Tim Holtz children. Not his children, but children. Paper dolls. And this, I made an envelope out of that bag, or out of that vintage book paper, and I paper Mod Podged it so it will not rip, because that paper is very fragile. A little flip, vintage edition cards, subtraction, another. This is the actual name of the old book that I got, that Vonnie sent me, and so I just cut that out and made a journaling card out of it. And this one I'm not going to take off because I don't want to have to try to put it back on because of my hand. But I just love that one. So cute. An little bingo card that Vonnie sent to me. Some Tim Holtz journaling card. Some more children. Another little pin with some little dangles and some snippets. Oh, and I have two of them on there. Hello, here's another one. Don't know why I put them both on one page, but I did. And this is just an envelope that I covered up. And another bingo card. Why I put two in here, I don't know. Sometimes I forget where I put things. And this flips out. And I just backed that Tim Holtz card on some paper and put some extra journaling paper behind it. Some cheesecloth, and I did some stamping on it. And this washi Trina got me at Tuesday Mornings. And this journaling card. This is a wax bag, so I sewed the gusset so it wouldn't be so huge. Some more Tim Holtz people, and this one. And over here I just made a little flip so you could journal on here and put some, see, I do a lot of that lately, dropping things. An old letter in there, and I thought there was something else in there. There is another ordering form from that magazine. And then on the front of it, some Tsunami Rose, Tim Holtz, and this, the rose is a tuck spot. And over here, I just sewed around that little guy. And I paper podged all of these little ads too, just because I didn't want them to like rip or anything. I wanted them to sturdy them up a little. And this is the first signature. And over here is one of those out of the plant book. I just made a little pocket out of it, and with this little ad. And a repair tag that I got from Junk That Treasures, Miss Sarah. And then this journaling card. These flowers are Artie Mae's, and then there's some children out of that magazine. Some more plant book paper, and this one, I did use some rub-ons in this book. I just love those. Asparagus. And here's another little dangle. This one has quite a few little things on it. A little bell and a butterfly and a moon. And this is I'm gonna take it off if I can do it. I made some of these beads that Sigrid has been making. I'll link her video below. Her and Stacy from Pink Poodle Crafts, I watched their videos and they show you how to make these really cool boho beads. So I figured I would make, out of some fabrics that were left over from the book, I would make a bead to go with each book. I thought that was pretty. It could be taken off and used somewhere else throughout the book, or wherever you want to do with it. But I just think they're so gorgeous. I made a whole bunch of them. And they're so pretty. I made this whole jar full right here. I just love them. Super easy. I'll link both of their videos below. And so you can watch that because they're so cool. So fun to make. And I just make them out of the little snippets that I have left over after making my journals. Instead of throwing them away, I just make a bead out of it and throw it in the jar for the next journal. Or put it with the journal. All depends on how many I can make out of the snippets I have left over. Some Tim Holtz ephemera. Another little fabric banner I made. And this was just in my stash. I don't remember where this came from. I think Michelle gave me that. I'm not sure. We got a lot of smoke in our air right now, and let me tell you, it is crazy here with all the fires and stuff. I wish we'd get some rain. We need to swap with all the poor people that are getting all the rain. This is another envelope I made out of the magazine, and I just made one of these little tea sachet things and glued her on. Some Tim Holtz paper. And I put this one inside there. And then this is some extra ledger paper. And I got ink on. But yeah, whew. It's like really hot out, but you can't tell because it's so smoky here. It's really sad for everyone. And this is some little playing cards. Keep track of the game score. Another Tim Holtz pocket. And I sewed some tracing paper on the back of this one. I just love the sound of that. Another one of the plant thingies. Tsunami Rose. And Tim Holtz. Oops. Another pin with a bird and a piece of that fabric off the tip-in that I put in here. Another pocket, and you can tuck behind it as well. And there is a file folder tag, and this is just some extra paper. And I just put a little rub-on on it. Some more Tim Holtz people, and another little ad for some glasses. Another one of the fabric. I put paper on some of the backs of them too, so you can write on them. I forgot to tell you about that. And I just did some layering on there with this little tag. Oh, come on. Another antique edition card. Another ad right here, and she flips up for extra writing. And then these two, and this is Artie Mae's ticket. Another, whoopsie, fabric tipping, and I put this, it just tucks right there, stays right, for the most part it stays right there. And this is just some fabrics that I had. And I put extra paper under here for journaling. Oops, I am not in frame. I hope I've been in frame this whole time. I'm sorry if I haven't. Another jumbo card. Playing card. Another one of the big old ads. And another Tim Holtz playing card. I love these. And this is Dreams Etc., a piece I had left over. And I just sewed around it and used it as a tuck spot. And that is my latest big journal. I have another one to make a video of. This one has sold already, and it's going to go in the mail soon as I can get to town. And I will do my next video. And yeah, I just love it. It's so smashy, and it's more like a smash book. It's so flexible. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and my prayers go out to all the people down south and all the people up north for all the smoke and the fires, and oh my goodness, it's just crazy. Yeah. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.